Take 3. Sup. My name is Rouge for the Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're watching Top 5 Countdown, the best Top 5 Rogue decks for the April 2014 ban list. Let's go straight into number 5. Number 5 being Spellbook / Prophecy. And the reason, Historic Power, Spam Power, Consistency. These are 3 great things we look for a deck. Spellbooks have them. They haven't lost them. They keep good hand advantage and have an okay matchup with everything that's coming out. Oh, you bounced my Priestess. That's adorable. Guess what? I'm gonna summon it again and blow up your stuff. Oh, you bounced my You bounced my World of Prophecy. That's kind of gonna suck a little more. Anyway, they have the flexibility of running different styles of spellbooks. You're not just bound to just spellbooks or prophecies in a certain way. It's build it as you like, but here's the core of the deck, and you go out from there. And that's why it makes it such a great rogue deck. People aren't really going to be expecting it. They're going to go Artifacts and Medolces. These are the 2 we have to worry about the most. Given that the common side cards that will be used against those 2 will be used against Spellbooks, it's just that Spellbooks can get around it a little bit easier. Artifacts have a harder time, and Medolce are going to be a thing regardless. So I put Spellbooks at number 5. Let's see what comes at number 4. In at number 4 is one of my favorite decks. Yes, it's Saki. Yes, it's Lucky. Yes, it's JD Nuke. It's Lightsworn. The recent regional tops of Dragon Roar Lightsworn. I don't take much credit for that. Take a little grain of salt. Thank you, Gio. The recent tops of Dragon Roar Lightsworn prove that Lightsworn is still a thing, and we are going to be getting more support in June, which speeds them up even higher than they've ever been at. Given with the possibility of certain cards from Dragons of Legend further boosting the deck, and even being used and splashed in Dragon Roar Lightsworn, this has a strong presence as a rogue deck. Now, the reason I call it a rogue deck is because the more commonly played decks are going to be Murmels and Boojins and Girgia until we get to Primal Origins, where we just have a shake-up of everything. But honestly, I feel like Lightsworn is just there and doesn't stay fully meta, but stays on the radar just a bit, where everyone's got to go, oh god, that JD Nuke. We all know it, we all feel it, we all loathe it. But this is one deck that honestly, in different variations, regardless of the variation that you prefer, is always going to top once in a while. It's kind of one of those like, hey, I'm still alive, I'm still around like Infinities. It's just there. Now, some of you are going to ask, I did mention Infinities, why they're not on here. I don't really consider them rogue because of the possibility of Dragons of Legend pushing them even further with the spell card that we mentioned on Coffee Time today. That's the only reason they're not at the number 5 spot bumping out Spellbooks. That's the only reason. Just saying. Okay, and at number 3, some of you may not agree with this choice, is Fire Kings. But really, they're more meta than Lightsworn and Spellbooks and the other 2 that are on this list. I understand that you may think that way. To me, they are not fully realized meta yet. They haven't fully topped the YCS. Player hasn't taken them to that level yet. They get consistent tops. That's good. That's something. And there are high-level tabletops. I respect that. But please, just stay with me here. That, to me, makes a great rogue deck, because it's a deck that's not always going to top, but it's a deck that is commonly seen once in a while. Like, oh man, that thing got in there 1 out of 32. Either that player was really good, or the deck actually has a lot of good potential, and it's easy to play, and, well, it's rogue. Garunix is a powerful source to the deck's success, as well as Yakusha finally being in the TCG, and 3 Tenki allowing you to search the Yakushas and getting this out of your hands. Onslaught of the Fire Kings allows you to specialist the board and blow up everything, go boom! The joking running name is Big Bird, because, well, it is a big giant freaking bird on fire. That looks something out of Digimon, just saying. So, we put it at the number 3 spot because I still feel it's a rogue deck. I don't feel it's fully meta-wise yet. I feel it's kind of at the very, very, very bottom, like tier 2 status, not really tier 1. Got enough problems in tier 1. This is the one deck I feel gets so underrated. I know people are using it, but still so underrated by so many players. Zombies. We're not talking pure. We're not talking destiny. We're not talking chaos. We're not talking go-go-go. We're talking, and not even vampires. We're talking all the zombies. Every zombie deck you can put together. Chaos Dragon Zombie, whatever it may be, whatever you want to put it as. This deck is amazing and can easily put out OTKs out of the buttocks right quick, and you won't see it coming. I literally wanted to play the deck for fun and learned its power real quick. BLZ gives newfound strength to the deck, while also being able to use stuff like Zombie World to counter meta decks like Boojins or even sometimes Mermels. It allows you basically to shut down your opponent and say, everything's a zombie, I'm going to use your graveyard, thanks. Now, besides the obvious of being able to use either player's graveyard because of Zombie World, you can also now use Super Poly with Zombie World to summon the new card that comes out of Dragons and Legends Gold Series. I corrected myself. It comes out of Gold Series, which is the Draco Soul Dragon. And let me tell you, that thing is a hell of a beast. Now, zombies will always be a thing, and they almost came in at number 1. But there was something that was lurking in the darkness that recently has been taking more tops that proves it's still a rogue deck and it's still a threat. Now, let me just finish up with the zombies and then we'll go straight to it. The last thing I want to say about zombies is don't ever underestimate them. They can surprise you regardless of the formats. Alright, in at number 1 we have Dark Worlds. Everyone hates them. Well, most people do. Because, let's be honest, they don't really do much except draw, discard, special, blow up stuff, bounce, take your hand away. Now, there are many variants to Dark Worlds. There's the super fast skill drain build, there's the normal skill drain build, there's the skill drain Dark Worlds, and then there's just Dark Worlds. Did I get them all? Oh, Chaos Dark Worlds and Fable Dark Worlds and about 20 other Dark Worlds and Hybrid Dark Worlds. I think that covers everything. Okay, the main point is that Dark Worlds are such a great rogue deck against upcoming meta and current meta. They don't have a bad matchup against artifacts. A lot of decks will. They don't have a bad matchup against Medulce. They can abuse new cards found inside of Dragons of Legend. They have massive draw power. They can take all your spells and traps away. They can control your graveyard so that you can't abuse it. Bye-bye Hookake and Angeli. They use skill drain so they could shut down pretty much half the game and just say, no, you don't get to play this game. Oh, and did I mention they have a 3,000 reoccurring boss monster? Seems legit. Now, keep in mind that Dark Worlds are easy to side against, but that doesn't make them a bad deck. A lot of these decks are easy to side against. Spellbooks, just mistake. Lightsworn, Light Imprisoning Mirror, Fire Kings. Okay, Fire King's a little more tricky. I want to say Mirror of Oats, but it's kind of hard to say that. I guess I would say Soul Drain. Zombies, Maxi, and Soul Drain, and then just like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. But Dark Worlds, they die to Gemini Imps. Now, you got to keep in mind, a lot of people aren't going to have the room inside their side deck to use Dark World counters. So that's something to take into consideration. Now, do I think Dark Worlds are going to be the best deck ever? No. Do I think they're the best rogue deck for the format? Yes, without question. They're fun to play if you know what you're doing. It's a lot of self-touching. They can basically just take everything from your opponent, and they got that 3,000 reoccurring boss monster. Honestly, they only have one true bad matchup against anything that's topping right now. Well, two. I would count Gyurgia, but the if you put in Skill Drain and Deck Davy, problem solved. The only true issue that Dark Worlds kind of run into is Heretic Rulers. And that really is just the thing that you're going to run into, at least in my opinion. So anyway, if you guys like what you saw and you want more top 5 countdowns, please leave a thumbs up, because it helps support the channel and the video and the time we put into making this video. Yes, it actually takes some time, thought power. And make sure to leave a comment below on what's your favorite rogue deck, which one you think is the best, and which one you love to play the most. Yeah, that's 3 things to answer. I know it's a lot. Sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time. Apologies. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more of us, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up on every single video we upload. We upload a lot, so your sub box will never be empty. Just fair warning. Just fair warning. Some people can't handle the awesomeness of the council. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and I will catch you next video. Peace.